Let's see.
Okay.
You need the paper? I got paper. Come here, paper. Over here. Over here. Oh, yeah, you got paper? Watch out, baby. Don't tear it out.
All right. Well, we're live again on the other one now, I believe. Yep. There we go. We're good.
Are you sure?
Yep. Positive.
All right.
You guys want the link? I'll give you the link. Here's the link in chat.
Okay, we're back live.
Yes, we are live. All right. So what were you saying?
Well, what?
About your accent.
I don't have an accent. I was on the other one. That was a bad one.
All right, good. Hey, Leon, how are you, man?
Hey, Leon's on.
So maybe I need a bigger, better workstation to be able to pump dual casting, considering it did well when we had the CAD station.
Yeah, that is true. Hear that? Scott said we're smooth like a baby's behind.
Oh,
I don't remember Zian smooth like a baby's behind. It's all smoother.
Oh, I was seeing if y'all can. So, Alan, guess what I'm going to play for LVO this time? I've decided.
What's that?
I'm going to play World Eaters.
You should. It's only one of the best armies.
I know.
How are those rankings doing?
What rankings?
You know, nationwide tournament rankings.
Oh, for me?
No, I meant for them. They're world eaters that are, the best.
They are the best. Doesn't matter what the ranking is. It's because no one plays them. The people that do play them, they don't know how to play them.
Oh, okay. Well, I think TJ will be able to take care of that.
Oh, yeah, totally.
He's going to be top table at LVO this year anyways.
Yeah. Run a crap ton of berserkers, man.
Top 8.
I'll be somewhere towards the bottom.
I heard TJ say he's going to top 8. He's going to bring it home this year.
I'm going to have 10 cultists. That's it.
10 cultists. That's very brave.
I mean, I figure I've got till February, so I should be able to at least paint 10 cultists. I think I'll be good. Oh man, so what's everyone working on, man? You been working on anything exciting?
I am. I'm working on Spooky Horse.
Spooky Horse.
Spooky Horse. And what game is that for, John?
Spooky. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. Spooky Horse.
Yeah, you haven't played it yet?
Nope.
For what? Age of Sigmar? Age of Sigmar?
Oh, dog.
That's fired.
Well, that's what we're going to probably call Ski's new show, Age of Sigmar.
I am currently working on a secret project for 30K.
Oh, I know what that is. But I'm not going to say anything.
Well, I could tell. It's going to be Ultramarines, the best Legion out there.
Best Legion ever.
Yeah. The only Ultramarines I ever find in my army are on the bases as dead brains.
Wow. Well, probably like the 2nd Legion, which are like the female Space Marines, or maybe the 11th Legion, which are like the Beastman Marines. So
I thought they were squat Marines.
No, they were like, that's where the Beastmen were kind of came from. That's the reason why they kind of got outlawed and were being a lot of them were being hunted down. It's kind of why you don't see the actual Beastman 40K model anymore, and because they kind of written it off out of the canon, at least for the miniature game. Actually, I've got my first Space Marine Beastman here. If you guys want to see it,
I do. I'd love to see a Space Marine Beastman.
I don't know. Can you see that?
You need to back up.
Oh, let me click it. It's all squatty.
Oh yeah, the Mouse Space Marine.
What is it supposed to be?
It's a Mouse Space Marine.
I don't get what that means.
Yeah, it's a space marine. That's a beast man. And look, this one looks like a mouse. That's my secret project.
Oh.
Ooh.
I am totally making that up. By the way, that is not my secret project.
So
Now,
Alan's got a secret project.
this is actually from the this miniature's from the Reaper Bones line. They have these space mouse, and they've got like 5 or 6 different ones that have different bolters, flamethrowers, missile launchers. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Now,
Bolt launchers.
Are you gonna do the big reveal?
no, I was going to. I was planning on having my first HQ model done today, but I didn't get around to go pick up the parts from my friend Brian, get it together because I was teaching kids how to play Pokemon today. So I did not get a chance to put together my model. Next week.
Well, hopefully by next week I will also have a model for my secret project. Because my Forge Roll box arrived today.
Ooh.
World box.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's always like Christmas.
Yes, it was. I will say though, the Thunderbolt looks really good.
The Thunderbolt.
Yep. That's the best I can get for the army I'm working on.
Wait a minute. They all have thunderbolts on them.
Does it have a sword?
Talking about the plain Thunderbolt.
Does it have a sword on the model?
No, it's a flyer.
Thunderbolt.
Yep.
What's a thunderbolt?
Oh, it's an. Ah.
Like a Thundercat?
No, not like a Thundercat.
I know Thundercats.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the search, I didn't find anything that said thunder. Damn it!
You're not gonna figure it out, sir.
I'm not.
Nope. Sorry.
Damn it!
I figured it out.
He almost said it too.
Did
Thunderbolt. Is it lightning?
No.
Is it?
Oh, we got some Night Lords. They have thunderbolts all over their bums.
Thunder?
They're like thunderbums.
Thundercats?
No.
We already guessed Thundercats.
Thunder
No
Gods.
idea.
Yeah, I guess I could if I wanted to reveal my. At least you won't know to the theme, but I can at least reveal the army.
Do it.
You want me to do it?
Is it
Do it.
No, don't do it, John.
Do it.
Oh, I don't know. We're like 50-50 right now.
If you do it, I'll reveal what my army is. How about that?
Oh boy.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's a show. I show you mine, or show me yours.
Ooh. Oof.
That's a good deal.
I'm just
Tell you
going
what.
for the ride.
If we get more people saying, "Hey, reveal it," then yeah, we will.
Everyone in chat, say reveal. There's 12 people live now. Say I want to see it. Say you want to see John's secret.
TJ, you don't count.
Damn it!
Anyways, so
Okay.
Uh-oh.
what?
Uh-oh. Started a trend.
I don't consent as FMP Wargamers to reveal it.
Oh. Oh.
Will said.
Scott said too.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not 12 people, so we'll see.
Hey, you didn't say that. You said if people now the tides are weighted.
Wait
Oh,
a
Monica
minute.
said reveal it.
Oh, that's worth a like.
That's about 4 votes right there.
It's more like 3, 2. We'll see.
Oh. What's your question? Did Alan just switch accounts?
No,
Did he?
that's way too much forward thinking for me.
That's funny. That would be good if you did switch accounts.
Oh boy. So you guys have a good kill team weekend? Anybody
Yeah.
get a chance to play?
Yeah, I learned how to play it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Did you actually play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. However, I think I would have enjoyed it more if I built my own team and I knew what was going on. But some reason I won.
Who built your team for you?
Ben of my death guard,
And you won?
and I won.
How many poxwalkers?
It's 4 plague marines and the rest are poxwalkers. So I think like 9 or 10.
7.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, should have.
Team.
Yeah, I think they're going to be one of the best kill teams right now, just because they're so hard to kill and using those poxwalkers as screens.
No, they're good. I mean, the poxwalkers as screens, that's just going to give you that interference or whatever.
The obscure.
The hard to hit.
Yeah.
Obscured.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys experienced it, but a lot of people, when they sat down, we had about 12, 14 people playing in my store on Saturday. And some people were, I'd say about a quarter, maybe a third of the tables were still thinking some of the rules from 40K still translated over. So like a lot of people are doing some stuff with the poxwalkers. Like, I guess when they kill somebody, they can that person gets back up or something. And then something about leadership. They never make leadership tests, but once we got that all straightened out, that's one thing I tell everybody to kind of like pay attention to, is that just because in our units in 40K, it's not the exact same over in Sigmar or Kill Team.
Yeah, I made the mistake of thinking that I can charge during the charge phase, and that never came around because that passed me up on movement phase. So I missed turn 1 charge, and I got a big fat warp flamer to the face.
Ooh, that hurts.
Yeah.
Dang. This game is amazing.
Melee had been too fast. What'd you say, TJ?
I said the game sounds really fun from what I've seen, and I watched Ben's video he posted, and I really like it. I just haven't a chance to play.
I tell you, just kind of like in the regular 40K or even Age Sigmar, the more attacks, the better. So like a heavy bolter or flamers or even a bunch of close combat attacks, you're going to dish out a lot of pain.
Nice.
And you're going to want that, because close combat's really where it's at.
So I think flamers are where it's at, and I think the Grey Knight's silencer, is stupid. I was like, oh, you get that many shots, and great, I'm gonna die.
Can I say 2 of them?
Huh?
Can I say 2 silencers?
Maybe. Depends on how many gunners you're allowed to have.
Well, I do know that I'm going to play Grey Knights when I eventually play.
And you got to remember the board you're on is super tiny, and you have storm bolters. So guess who's getting a crap ton of shots anyway from just a bolter?
Yeah, 22. Yeah, that board is 22 by 30. We had some people saying, can they play on a bigger board? I don't think there's really a board size, but I would say don't go above like 3 foot by 3 foot, because this game is supposed to be ridiculously fast. You're supposed to be in each other's face really quick, kind of like Shadespire. And the bigger you get with this game, the less you're going to be able to get done.
I think the more back in the original Kill Team, back when you had like half the table and you played 200 points and
Yeah.
pretty much played 40K rules with special rules and all that, but this is way different actually. It's more or less the it's using this tiny board, and shooting is pretty much worthless to a point opposed to close combat. And then that's the biggest one, is close combat is key.
Yeah.
Because I was worried that, I'm like, great, Ben built this stupid list for me and I have a bolt pistol, and my plasma pistol got shot off turn 1. So apparently my leader, which I didn't know was my leader, I just traipsed out front and he's like, oh, I'm going to shoot it. I was like, all right, cool. So.
Okay.
But there's a lot of dice to be rolled for your survivability, though.
Yeah.
So you do your wounds, and then I have to make my armor save, and then I get my feel no pain save, and then you roll to see if you wound or mortal wound, or what's the wound, flesh wound,
Right.
wound or kill. I don't know what I call
it. Flesh wounds.
Yeah, flesh wounds you live.
Yeah.
And then the other one, mortal wound or whatever, it kills you.
Yeah. Yeah. And every time that you take a flesh wound, next time that you go down to 0 wounds, it gets that much easier to have your model fully removed from the game. So usually if you've gone down about 3 times to zero wounds, and you've gotten 3 flesh wounds, by the time it comes to that 4th one, you're definitely going to be taken out of the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you're hitting on 6s and stuff. Like you degrade pretty much each one. And apparently, once the army breaks on turn 4, the game's over.
That might be by scenario, but if I have read it correctly, when your army breaks, it's just everybody is at
shaken.
Yeah, they have the negatives for everything they do. But it looked like there were some scenarios that during turn 4, you roll a dice and determine if the game's over. And I think that is one of the winning conditions, is if one of the armies is broken after turn 4, you start rolling to see if they flee the table.
Yep.
So, yeah, match play is going to be pretty interesting. I think stores and gamers are going to want to capitalize on Kill Team, because this is quick, fast, and easy. You're probably, in the amount of time, if you were to do a couple 40K games, you're going to get this say you do a 40K tournament, that's like 8 hours. This one, you could get about 5 games in and easily in in about 5 hours. That's with taking a break.
Nice.
That's actually what Ben's working on tonight. He's filming a couple of Kill Teams.
Awesome.
He's like, is your Drukhari up there? And I was like, yeah. Are your orcs up there? And I was like, yes. Please put my Drukhari back safely.
Nice.
Yeah. Out of action. Yeah, Scott, you're right. Answer your question, TJ. It is, you can have a max of 2 gunners. Yeah, you can get the incinerator, silencer, or side cannon, up to 2 of them. Yeah.
That's insane, because that silencer was pretty rough to take. Just by attrition. I don't have a negative, but you're going to make me roll that many dice,
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes a 50-50 chance if I'm a flesh wound or knocked out of action.
Right. And you'll just have to, that's something I kind of noticed that, and I could have read the rule wrong, but when you're shooting at a unit and you want to shoot at another unit, I think they have to be within 2 or 3 inches of the initial target. I could be wrong on that. So when you're playing Kill Team, you probably don't want to bunch up too much.
That might depend on the scenario.
Yeah.
because I don't
Yeah.
remember that being a factor of how close my guys were. Because how I had to deploy, we were 4 players, but we ended up deploying on one map because we didn't have 2 maps to lay next to each other like you're supposed to. And
Right.
so we all pretty much got like a 5-inch deployment from like a 4-way kind of deal. So it was
Okay.
pretty hot and heavy real quick.
Yeah. I forgot to bring my book home with me, or not my book, but the store's book. But they announced the next 2 kill teams, so that's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys saw the ones that are coming out this week.
Do tell.
I am pulling up because I want to get their names right, because I don't need them descending on my home and messing me up.
What names for what?
The 2 new kill team boxes,
Oh yeah, you got the.
the ones and the other one.
Hold on.
Oh, here we go. Drop Force Imperator. That's basically Adeptus, or not Adeptus Scions, Tempestus Scions, and the Writhing Shadow, which is the Tyranids.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, just pretty much Gene Sealers.
are
like
they?
the board that's coming out.
So does that mean that they're going to get a supplement that goes to the rule book? Because the rule book's got everything in it, right?
Correct.
So
No, they have their own little data cards for their different units and stuff. That's what you get when you buy those books. They have special data cards for them.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, and there's also another kill zone. So there's kill zones. If you guys haven't seen, they're basically environmental expansions, kind of like new boards, like double-sided boards, and a whole bunch of new terrain. So you're not stuck with the one that just comes out of the box. That's their second one.
Yeah, this one's cool. This is the Minotaurium, so it's got all the different army crates, and it's got the drill and everything, and all the little, oil things and ammo boxes.
Yep.
I like it. But I mean, come on, that's not the coolest thing that's coming out this weekend.
I don't know what is the coolest thing coming out this weekend.
the spooky ghost
They're releasing a kill team measurement tape.
Well, I did not know that.
Kill team measurement tape.
Oh my god, I hate you.
This is how they make their double their profit in a year, is by the measuring tapes.
Yes, that is true.
I mean, seriously, kill team measurement tape. Hello.
Yep.
I was gonna go with spooky ghost carriage. That thing's pretty cool.
Kill team measurement tape, dude. Sorry.
Yeah. It. Kind of disappointed it's only available at the web store.
Okay, yeah, Age of Sigmar. They are coming out with very new, cool, spooky ghosts.
Yeah.
They're coming out with
Oh my god, the black coach has been redone since like 1985.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's amazing.
I know, it's gorgeous.
It has a corpse in it. Horses are amazing. The ghosts are amazing. But I mean, that's what happens when you got good artists and new technology.
Dude, Jonathan,
What?
you need to buy that and cut the horses off and have them pulling one of your knights.
Two carriages under their feet as little skates.
Oh man, don't do that.
Don't give me that idea for my house.
So I want to get the Toleron model, right? And then chop that off, the guy off with the Stormcast Eternal, put like a Corn Lord on top of it.
I guess you can make that look pretty corny.
Make anything look corny.
Ha
Don't do that again.
Anything look corny.
ha.
Ordinator. So this is a different version. I think it has the two-handed mace versus the two one-handed maces. So
And John is going to have to buy about 12 boxes of the Sigmarites so he can at least have one squad of all women.
Yeah, I was looking at that Sequador box. There's 3 in there. I might have to abandon my project. But I might be able to make it.
Everyone said show it.
No, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. It must have been lost in the chat. I got no pic, no proof.
All right, everyone in chat, you need to say you want to see John's secret, so he reveals it.
Whoa, no, John's secret army, not his secret. We don't know what that could possibly be.
Trust me, you don't want to know what that is.
I'm okay with anything.
You know what? Hold on. If John reveals his secret army, we all have to reveal a secret about ourselves.
Ooh, that's easy.
Okay, I got one.
No, but John's got to do it first.
Yeah, I know. Waiting.
Okay, you know what? Regardless, I'll do it. This is my secret army.
Oh,
It's not okay. I'm just going to show you what the codex is. This is not. You're not going to see what the full project is for a while until I get there.
I know what it is. I'm not super excited because
You're
I
not
Excited?
So, all right. So I don't ever play bad guy armies. I cannot stand them.
No, what do you mean by bad armies?
Bad guy armies like
Like
Chaos
Ultramarines or Sigmar Marines.
or World Eaters.
Those are the good guys.
I mean, I even feel bad when I play when I play in Grand Theft Auto and I kill cops. I feel bad when I do that. So for me to play a bad guy army, it's kind of a thing. So I'm going to be playing.
Oh, all right.
I've got a very, very special theme in mind.
He picked the baddest of guys. And how's that make you feel, Ski? How's them wolf spawn?
You know what? It actually doesn't affect me anymore because when you have Primarch and Space Wolf chapters, it doesn't make any sense. So nowadays, everything's in the air.
I like the way he thinks.
Magnus did nothing wrong, so we're all good. It's a good guy army. He was trying to warn his dad.
Yeah, but my dad says don't play with something, and he plays with it again. I mean, it's
yeah. Just because I'm going to be playing Thousand Suns, no, he got what he deserved.
Thank you.
So I'm going to ask you one question, John. So in this army, are we going to see Big Red himself, or is it just Thousand Suns?
Well, this army right now is being designed around the LVO friendly tournament.
Okay.
That I just bought tickets for, so I doubt I'm going to put him in there because I have a power level limit of 100.
Okay.
So no, initially, but yes, in the future.
Nice. I am very excited to see it.
But I'm not actually going to use Magnus. The model, that is. There's a couple models that I'd like to use from Creature Caster.
Okay.
Yeah, the guys over at Creature Caster, if you guys have never seen the miniatures, are freaking fantastic.
So, John, are we going with 1,000 Suns from Heresy, pre-Heresy, or after Color Scheme?
Well, I can't really reveal that just yet.
Okay. Okay, well, John's revealed his secret army.
Time for you to reveal your secret about yourself.
You said you were going to go first, Jonathan. As soon as you said it, Jonathan goes, I got mine.
I am currently not wearing pants.
Nasty.
We always have to have one in the group, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, we now know who that one is in our group.
Well, we know it's anyone who starts with a J, apparently, that doesn't wear pants.
Yay.
True statement.
Okay. Jeez.
Me and John.
So, Alan, are you going to reveal your secret army or another secret?
So for LVO, if I play either 40K or 30K, I'm using the same army. I am playing the competitive, but I probably won't win very many games. I don't have the cool book in front of me in order to do that. But if it's 40K, I will be playing Astra Militarum.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
With only one tank.
Oh, beautiful. That's what I like to hear.
Oh, are you getting movement trays?
And then if I play the same army in 30K, I will be playing a mostly militia army. I won't even play on Solar Auxiliary.
Beautiful.
Very interesting.
A lot of power, or a lot of, was it power axes?
No power axes.
Oh.
I'm very unique army.
What is your plan? To drown them in your blood?
And yes, Leon, you did right. It will either be Astra Militarum for 40K or it'll be militia for 30K. He guessed it earlier.
Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it up to the chat. They can ask me a question, I'll answer. As long as it's PG.
Who's echoey? Somebody has something somewhere.
That is not me.
DJ?
What?
No, you're not echoey. DJ clicked something and he's looking at the screen. I heard click and I heard the feedback stop.
So I'll leave it up to the chat. They can ask me a question, I'll answer it for my secret. As long as it's PG.
PG question.
It's up to the chat, not you.
I could put in chat.
Oh, you could.
You just say who. Oh, man, I gotta think about this. How big is your...
Aha, good one.
Oh, George beat me to it.
Good one.
Good job, George.
Thank
So,
God.
Will, good
next
job.
army. Next army. So I am currently working on Blades of Corn for the Age of Sigmar campaign, going up at, the Age of Sigmar Escalation League at Atomic Hobbies. And I am currently working on the Corn Lord. And then after that, I'll be incorporating a lot of stuff I'm painting for this into my LVO army, which will be World Eaters. Straight World Eaters. No shenanigans, just all World Eaters. The way they should be run. Except for maybe I may have some shooty stuff, but I think I need some shooty stuff.
And a knight.
No knight.
You have a World Eater knight. You have
Oh,
to
I
play the
do,
knight.
don't I? Yes. George says wrong answer, TJ. Pick something else.
Oh, man. Tough crowd.
George would be happy if I said Imperial Fists.
You play Imperial Fist?
Huh?
Yeah. You play Imperial Fist?
I do. They're my own chapter, but I do play them as Imperial Fist. If I had ever did a 30K army, it would definitely be Imperial Fist. So.
That's what's on my table after my secret army.
Because now that they've released Rogel Durn, there's no point for me not to do them. So that was what I was waiting for. So let's see here. It's Ski as he looks around.
Yep. Let's see here. I'm actually going to be starting a new Age of Sigmar army, I think, after I'm done with my orcs.
Listening?
And it's not Spooky Ghost. It's not Chaos. Because I have orcs. I have Iron Jaws. I have Bone Splitters. Then I have the Durden Dwarfs. And so me and a friend of mine are looking at starting an army together. And we're talking about it, and we're going to, I think, mirror each other's paint scheme for this. So I think the army that I'm going to end up doing next will probably be what, Deepkin?
Deepkin?
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
What's that?
Good looking models there.
Yeah. Those are pretty... I was thinking about doing them, but then I realized how much painting is involved. Hence why what was Spooky Ghost. And it's a lot of washing and then dry brushing. And then it was all spooky. Look, ooh, my house is haunted. Ooh.
Well, we're looking at it, and we're looking at it for a couple reasons together, because we both want to start something new. We both thought about, okay, if there's ever a team tournament, run together. And what we're going to do is we're going to flop each other's paint schemes. So if my buddy does his shark in a gray with black striped tiger stripes, then I'm going to do a black shark with gray tiger stripes. And so the whole army is going to reflect each other, like on both sides. When you put them next to each other, it's going to look really cool.
That would be cool.
And then I'll have another army for whenever I get a chance to go to, like, an LVO or something, or whatever that happens. So.
You know what I definitely think we need to do for next year is we should all go to Wargames Con, because they have an Age of Sigmar tournament that I think they sold out of 64 tickets.
Damn.
Pretty impressive. So we can all go there and play. You know the best part about your army ski? If you do a whole bunch of thralls, you don't have to paint eyes.
Wait, say again?
I said if you paint a whole bunch of thralls or reavers, you don't have to paint eyes.
True.
Because they're all blind. You can make glowy eyes.
I was going to do the whole emo black eyeliner, like crying.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like someone named Jonathan did one night, I think.
Yeah. I'll give you some tips. First step, don't get any sleep.
Yeah, right. My biggest thing, though, is I'm waiting for him to do some more Get Starter boxes, because we're missing a handful still.
Yep. They didn't do a Deepkin, did they?
There's no Deepkin. There's no Bone Splitter Orcs. Of course, there's no Night Haunts, but they're coming out with their third Stormcast Get Starter box.
I wonder what they put in the starter box for Deepkin.
Thralls.
Yeah, probably the thralls, because the thralls can make reavers, right?
Yeah, so you're probably a thrall, maybe a shark, a thrall, the shark, and maybe a character, a little character.
I'm betting it'll be a character on the seahorse, 3 of the little eel things, and then the reaver guys or whatever they're called.
Yeah, that'd be the good starter box for him.
The guy on the seahorse is a very pivotal character if you're gonna run the turtle, and I call them like the little eel spermy things. I don't remember what they're called. But between the turtles, him, and them, that's the combo, like a massive combo.
Maybe the soul render.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah, it'll probably actually the leader will probably be one of the guys on foot, and then because you have to look at the price value. It's going to be about $100 and normally about $120.
Yep.
Maybe $130 worth of stuff in the box for $85. So you can kind of predict around that.
But so here's my dilemma, though. So that's what I want to do. But for some reason, I decided to make the whole Goblin, Sky Pirate, Zeppelin themed Age of Sigmar army. That I might switch to that.
You think that might come out this year?
I don't think it's gonna be this year, but I think it's gonna come, because they just keep mentioning in novels, and that's always a sign. Like read between the lines, That's I don't know. That's my take.
So,
plus we got Slanesh. Whatever they're gonna do with Slanesh, we're still waiting on some new stuff from Slanesh.
Yeah. Well,
nothing more
it's going to be. I think it's going to be a little bit though before we hear anything else about that, because this month, next week, basically the first thing for August is going to be the new Necromunda stuff, and
Caldor.
Yep. Yeah.
Looking forward
Then we'll get a Adeptus Titanicus sometime in the middle of the month, and then pre-orders will go up live for the new Lord of the Rings, the Middle Earth flagship games. So yeah.
Is that limited?
What's that? The Lord of the Rings thing?
Yeah.
No, the Lord of the Rings, which we all thought was just kind of go into obscurity, it is going to be part of their normal range.
Yep.
A lot of stores will be getting limited, or not a lot, a limited number of stores are going to be getting a full display. It's going to have the new base game, the Battle of Pelennor Fields, with all new models, new rules, and then hardback rule book. What's that?
So what are you looking up right now for that Viridian slip?
Anyways, so
Blushing.
it's the lighting. But that new Pelennor Fields box is going to have 84 models in it, and trying to look at it. I can't see it too well, but looks like you're going to be getting the Witch King on the back of one of those big flappy flap birds, whatever those things are called.
What?
The armored troll, a bunch of orcs and goblins.
You're going to get the elephant?
Well, you're not getting the elephant in this one, in the starter box.
Oh, no, I mean in the display.
Oh, yeah. And then looks like a bunch of Rohan guys that are mounted and on foot, and then the Army of the Dead.
Is this a new game, or is it like an expansion of the game? Is there a new set coming out? I'm not familiar with any of the Lord of the Rings stuff. I played a really cool campaign that someone ran it locally with like Battle of Mordor or whatever it was. Was it Battle of Mordor?
No, Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep. That's what it was. It was fun.
This is going to be a new box game, and it's new rules. It's a brand new edition, everything. I think it's probably going to follow along the similar things that you see with Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000, because this game kind of used alternating activations and kind of similar. What's that?
Yeah, faith points, other things like that.
Yeah.
No.
So the game, it looks like they're going to be doing a kind of a mashup of the old scenario-driven game and the what they called the War of the Rings, which was your ranked units fighting. So your more traditional war games. So it's going to be like a combination, kind of what you see with Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000, kind of a large-scale skirmish game. So that'll be. It looks like it'll be cool. I'm not a big fan of the Lord of the Rings games, but these new models that they got coming out, and depending on how they do the rules, I might go ahead and dive back in.
Well, I remember when I worked for GW and we used to sell Lord of the Rings. It was geared for a younger audience. So most of the people that we had playing in the store were younger of age.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember, though, that I still have a dwarf army.
Yeah, but
a lot of dwarves.
TJ, that was 15 years ago.
But the game, I mean, yeah, when they redid the rule set, they did advance it a little more up with the plates and everything where you can move and everything. But no, the game was originally designed for a simpler rule set to get younger kids into the hobby and get them into Lord of the Rings, because you'd recognize them and then move them into 40K or fantasy. So.
Yeah.
I never played it.
I wasn't wanting to play. I enjoyed playing it when it first released.
Yeah, I have a hard time playing games that are based on surround IPs like that have been in movies and stuff like that. It's never appealed to me. Maybe because the movies, I don't want to like reenact battles from the movies and all that jazz. But what's that?
I was just saying, I remember playing the demo. Was it a demo game or something? I was stationed at Fort Gordon, Georgia. So I go into the PX and said, "Oh, let's play some Lord of the Rings. Let's show you how it's done." I'm like, "Great!" And he's like, "Hey, guess what? I've got horses," and I win. That's how the game was played.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's the at least the War of the Rings game, the mass combat, I really like. The smaller skirmish one, I was not into. They're slightly different rule sets, but who knows? We'll see. I'm more interested. I mean, that goes on sale at the end of the month or pre-orders. I'm more interested in getting through this week and next week's releases so we can hurry up and get to Adeptus Titanicus release coming out probably middle of the month.
Yeah, dude, as soon as that comes out, I am painting that nonstop.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't care what no one says. I'm painting Adeptus Mechanic Titanicus because I want to play that game so bad.
Yeah. And now that I figured out that I'm going to have a smaller army for the friendly tournament at LVO, I'll be able to get my stuff painted sooner.
Yep.
So now I'm going to, now I can kind of like delve into this and paint one of the Titans at a time and get really, I want to pretty much get knee deep involved in this game. It looks like it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I think I definitely want to get what's it called? I want to paint the knights first, I think, so I can get the smaller stuff out of the way, and then definitely work on a warlord.
Yeah, I tell you, and those knights, the mini ones, to me, something about them, they look kind of cooler than like the current, their large scale cousins. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't have to paint that much. Maybe that's what I like about it.
They're the size of Space Marines?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think it's cool because it's the start of them bringing back Epic. It's a different type, but it's still like, it's that feel of going, oh my gosh, they're bringing it back. Even if it's a different version, it feels cool. It's like nice for once.
Well, I think it's also a thing of like, you can play something you can normally not afford.
Right.
So you can play something that you can't really front the money for different Titans or all the Titans.
Well, I'll tell you this: if you are intending to get this is going to be their most expensive box set to date. So start saving up right now.
What?
How much is it?
Yeah.
They haven't said yet. Which retailers should know this week or next week. But I would suspect $200 to $300. Yeah.
What comes in it? I don't even know what comes in it.
Well, I'm just talking about the Master Box, the Grand Master Edition. In that you're going to be getting looked like 2 sets of buildings, 2 Warlord Titans, 6 Knights, and the rule book.
No Reavers or nothing like that. No Warhounds or anything.
No Reavers to start with in that box set. Those will be separate. But those Warlords, I'm betting, are going to be about 140 to 170 apiece.
No, man, I think they're got to be about 70, maybe the max, because they're the size of a Redemptor.
Oh no, not the Reavers. I'm sorry, the Warlords.
The Warlords are the size of a Redemptor.
I don't think so.
Sure?
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Reavers are going to be the size of a Redemptor Dreadnought, and the Warlords they look like they're the size of a regular Imperial Knight.
Somebody's echoing. It's killing me.
No, because they have a really good picture of a Warlord next to a. Oh yeah, it's about 3 times the size. You're right. Damn, they will be kind of big.
I thought they were smaller than that.
They don't look like they're going to be the same size as the Knights when you look at the boards.
DJ, are you echoing? I think it's plastic. I mean, George asked if it was resin. I think it's plastic, isn't it?
That's all plastic.
Yeah.
But the reason why we're saying is you're getting 6 of those Knights, which are about the size of Primaris or maybe Terminator-sized Marines. And those 2 Warlord Titans are probably, if I'm right about this, they're probably about the size of a regular Knight or maybe like the Dominus, like the Castellan or Valiant. Then you're getting the rule book, 2 sets of terrain, and all the command terminals, all the weapon cards, everything that you need to play the game. That's just the master set or the Grand Master set. You don't have to get that, but if you want to split with somebody, that might actually end up working out in your favor because you'd get 2 armies in that box.
Dude, I just had a brilliant idea with that.
Mhm.
So you can play your Titanicus game, right? So you have your Titanicus game right next to your 2,000 point game. And you put the map layout almost as if you were to do part of the area that you're at. So when you're playing, if the Titans blow up or crash or whatever, that interacts with your 2,000 point game, and you do it by turn. And you keep track of it. So each turn, something happens. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Almost like the battle is going on with the Titans as you're fighting on the ground.
Okay. That would be cool.
So
I'm confused. This all messed me up, man.
but you would target like an imaginary army on the ground with like a volcano cannon, you know, because you would know what they would have, and you shoot the volcano cannon, and there, George said, and add a kill team attached to that. So there's a small kill team going on in one of the buildings.
You know, it's not too far off there. They used to, Games Workshop used to do campaigns back in the day. I think right before they did the Medusa 5 one, I think it might have been the 13th Black Crusade. They had all the different games going on. So the large scale, like 54 millimeter Inquisitor, Battlefleet Gothic, Kill Team, and Warhammer 40,000. You were playing all those games and inputting the results. And depending on what going on with, say, the Inquisitor game, that would maybe affect what happened in the regular 40K game, and so on and so forth. So yeah, you could do something like that.
And then when kill team, we could scale down again, and 2 members of the kill team are playing Warhammer 40K on a small scale.
That's crazy.
And we could all be dressed up as Iron Warriors while we do it.
There'll be no winners then.
Only people that know my reference have read the Horus Heresy books, though.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
There's a new book coming out too with Slaves of Darkness, I think.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find like more of the stuff.
Like what?
Oh, I was just looking for. I was looking at some of the stuff for Titanicus.
On Forge World, we're putting out a couple 2x2 game boards, all resin.
Yeah.
Yeah, my is the worst writer. George said, don't get mixed up and shoot the volcano cannon from the Titanicus and the kill team.
Game over, guys.
Hey, Jonathan. But don't forget, you got to paint yours as Death Guard Legion so you can have a larger mortal reminder and a smaller mortal reminder.
I have to work on that name.
That's clearly the name, man. That's what's written on it. Mortal reminder.
Mortal reminder.
That reminds me, my commissioner, I need to make sure that my Warhound Titan doesn't get a name without me choosing it.
I think I just need to message V8 and say it needs to be something really good. We should all message V8.
I'm paying for it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. Yeah, Adeptus Titanicus, Kill Team. There's so many games I want to play now. Age of Sigmar. I got to play my first game.
Oh, what'd you think?
Blast. What was that?
Who'd you play and what'd you think? Like what
I
was
played
that?
Andrew.
Okay.
Andrew and his
The
lizard
Celestial Demons.
with my I had some demons as well as some mortals. Yeah, it was very interesting. John was witness to my game. He was witnessing my beautiful die rolls.
It was wonderful. I mean, I've never seen dice rolls like that.
You never seen it in person?
Mm-mm.
Were there lots of onesies and twosies or sixes and fives?
No, it was like, oh, I have 12 attacks.
It's
I had
TJ rolling.
1 wound.
Yeah.
And you took 4 up or a 3 up.
It was very bad rolling. Oh my god, I felt so bad.
That's TJ standard.
You need to use those Warzone Houston dice.
They were in there, John. It did not help.
Oh, but you mixed them.
Oh, I mixed them. You're right. I just need to use them clean.
I have my orc dice. I only use my orc dice for my Age of Sigmar army. That's it.
Yep.
But see, I did forget a ton of rules in the game, though. Like, I didn't realize my Slaughter Priest could actually have 2 spells because I could pick one from there, so I only had 1. So I was like, okay, well, the second spell could have maybe helped in close combat, like, like doubling my attacks or getting 1 extra attack would have been nice.
Yeah.
And so there's some spells, and then I didn't realize that I think I totally messed up on my my warlord. I guess this trait.
Mm-hmm.
You get to pick those. I think I actually picked a mortal one for my demon. So I mean, I think it was on the other side too, and then I messed up on like my relics and other things. So I messed up on a lot of stuff, but it was a good game. Like he was like, "Well, you're going to go first," and I was like, "Yes, I will." And I ran, and then I got smashed, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's not how I'm supposed to do this."
Yeah, I was thinking when you were doing that, I was like, yeah, he just kind of baited you. I was like, man, I would just inch up just a little bit so he can move that giant Carnosaur up there and be out of position. Then you could charge him.
And the Carnosaur was pretty brutal. Like when he was fighting with it, I thought the Carnosaur. I was like, oh, the actual Saurus on the Carnosaur is going to be a beast. He was like, oh, he's got like 3 attacks, and it was there. And then he's like, now the Carnosaur goes. He's going to bite you and then claw you. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Depressing with that carnivore is when he puts the stupid, that stupid thing. I forget what it resurrects him. And you're like, oh, I got this. And you kill him. And he's like, oh, roll D6. Oh, it comes back with 6 wounds. I'm like, really? Really? Yeah.
Yeah, but then the other Saurus warriors are like, oh, I'm going to hit you with my spear. Now I'm going to bite you. And I'm like, you bite me too?
Yeah.
Every time
interesting game, but I had a lot of fun. Yeah. It was very cinematic though. Like, and I didn't realize movement was so like.
It's important.
Got to be without 3 inches, and he's like, and then he's moving in, and he's like, he's measuring to my corn lord because he's like, I got to be 3 inches away from your corn lord, and I'm like, why? He's like, because if I'm within 3 inches, you can move in and hit me, and I'm like, oh, so I was like. Maybe I should have inched my guy up just about 2 centimeters more, and he wouldn't have been able to assault. Because my herald would have been within 3 inches of his Carnosaur because he couldn't move it.
That 3-inch bubble,
yeah.
They did it for a couple reasons I've been seeing. Is one, so you can fail a charge.
Yeah.
That is a big one. So, you go, oh, I'm going to move 12 inches. Well, you can only move if you're within like 6 inches, you're only going to move a couple inches.
Yep.
So everybody the ability to fail their charge, except for Ironjaw orcs, and I'll explain that in a second. But then also is when you're doing your consolidation, you're able now to scoot your models around. They're not stuck in base combat. I mean, they're stuck in base to base, but now you can shift them around that unit. So then if you position right, you could end up sucking other units into combat that they might be wanting to go one way, and you can bring them in, or they could be positioned to attack you, but they're like, well, let me assign my wounds on the side so he can't consolidate in. And it's a big deal.
Yeah, like when I was attacking one unit, what he did is he took them off like towards so my blood warriors couldn't attack instead of taking them off, my bloodletters. So he was just trying to keep my bloodletters in close combat and letting the blood warriors be out of close combat because he was taking them back from my blood warriors that assaulted.
Well, and really cool about Age of Sigmar, and it gets even deeper, is the range. The range matters.
Yep.
So you charge, you're half-inch away, you activate a unit, he gets to pull some guys off, you still get a 3-inch.
Yep.
So if you get that 3-inch and you're still within an inch, you still get attacks. You don't have to be in base contact. But I don't know. I think it really brings the strategy back to the tabletop game that I missed from 40K.
Yep.
Like 40K back in what, third edition and second, third, and I even think fourth when they changed vehicle rules. I think there was a lot of movement strategies.
Yep.
Now you don't really see that much in 40K. It's just my vision, my opinion. But in Age of Sigmar, it's your movement and your placement is a very crucial part in that game.
Yeah. There's a lot more movement and stuff that I didn't think about. So that's very intriguing to me, and I think I'm really going to enjoy that. But I think the coolest thing was the cinematic. It felt more cinematic as I was playing it than it did when I played 40K.
Oh, yeah.
Because I could really envision, like, he's like, then I'm going to bite you. And I was like, oh, God, I can just picture, like, this connoisseur just like, hi, Harold.
Were you running the guys that, like, when he punches you and you roll a 6 on a save, they take damage, or I don't know.
Yeah. He took a couple mortal wounds from me.
You just need to run blocks of those guys with Slaughter Priest and I think the Herald or something. There's like a combo, and you just like, why are you punching yourself? Why are you pushing yourself in the face, guy? What's going on?
Yeah, because I didn't realize the Slaughter Priest also has a spell that actually adds 1 to my armor save.
Yep.
And so, like, they have a 4-up, so I could have given him a 3-up. And then that way I would have been saving on a 4 because everything was kind of a -1 that he had. So then, like, a 4-up gives me a better opportunity than a 5-up. So there's all kinds of good stuff that I really enjoyed about the game. And Andrew was really cool on teaching me how to play. So
yeah, I played him. I think the first game he was playing or whatever. And I took one of every Iron Jaw just so you can see how every unit works.
Yeah,
and it was fun. I mean, he can cast a lot of spells as celestial demons.
Yeah. So it was very good. I enjoyed it. So I can't wait to play another game. So I really need to get this Corn Lord painted so I can use this command ability. And because there's only a couple ones that actually have command abilities, because I need those command abilities, like where you can think with anything within 6 inches or something can use as bravery and other things like that to help, not like sit there and take off models. So.
Oh yeah.
You get saves for mortal wounds?
Huh?
You get saves for mortal wounds?
No. They have what are called Gorglaves, which are like it's like a big glaive, and what it does is anytime I make a successful save, I basically I jam that in your face, and so you take a mortal wound. So yeah, it could be pretty cool. It could be pretty big on a large squad.
It is amazing. I got so angry one day I played someone with that type of army, and I really killed myself and lost because of that. Like, that's how I killed most of my guys was, all right, I'm orcs, and I go in, he's like, okay, well, I rolled a 6 on a save, take a mortal wound. Oh, I made a 6 on attack, make a mortal wound. Like, everything I did was take a mortal wound. Just because I'm there, take a mortal wound, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think on one of my bloodletters attacked too. The bloodletters, I ended up rolling a couple 6s to hit, and that's like a mortal wound. So he was just like, oh, there goes a guy. And I'm like, yeah, that's okay, cool. Let's roll to see what I wound with. And then I rolled like John witnessed. You need a 3 to wound, 8 hits, 1 wound.
Best thing about Age of Sigmar community too is they will help you if you're messing up.
Yeah.
Like, in aspects, they're not going to teach you and make you win, but they're friendly enough to make sure do this or try this after next time. Like, the community is really real friendly in that aspect.
Yeah, that's why I can't wait to get some more games in, and I'm really excited about the Escalation League. So I'm pumped. Plus, it's going to give me a break from 40K. I think I need a little bit. I played a lot lately, and so I need something to get my mind off of it. That way, when I start working on my LVO list and I start playing again, I can get a new perspective.
Hey, I don't see that as a bad thing. I wish I played too much 40K.
You don't play enough 40K, John?
Nope. I wish I did. But hopefully I play some Age of Sigmar. So I'm getting my whole army prepped for that.
I do recommend playing some games before the escalation.
Yep. That's why I played Andrew.
Oh, yeah, you never built me my list.
I looked at it. I sent you a message.
Yeah, all you said is I need like $5,000. I meant I need a 500 point list.
I don't have your book. I don't know.
You know
I'm
everything.
not clairvoyant. I don't own them all yet.
I sent you the things, and you can click on them. And no, you can't. You can't do that.
So, I mean, Jonathan, just open up that battle tome, man. Just start reading. I know it's hard for you to read, but you know it may help you.
It's all right. There's a lot of pictures. I can read it because there's lots of pictures on it. Because it has to have more pictures than words before I look at it. That's how the codexes work, because the pictures are like this big, and then the words are like this big. So I'm like, all right, I can do this.
Yeah, that's the thing when you play Jonathan. You got to watch out. He just makes up stuff because he doesn't know how to read.
Yep.
It's like, oh, everything hits on a 2, and you're like, are you sure about that? And it's like, oh, that is a 3. I forgot. Sorry.
And then rerolling ones.
Yep.
And then everything hits on a 1 plus.
Yeah.
That's usual.
Yep. That is carnage. That's total carnage right there, man.
I learned from what everybody tells me.
So, someone in chat's asking about the LVO, if there's a new mission pack out.
Not yet.
You know, last year, didn't they release the new mission pack about 2 months before LVO?
Yeah.
Approximately.
I would not expect anything until maybe September, October, if they're going to.
Yeah. I hope they do release a new mission pack, because I do enjoy these missions, because they do make armies have to be dynamic. I know some people are playing some of the ETC and everything like that. And they're talking about those missions to where you can still build a gun line and win battles because you don't have to move. So, but I do like ITC. It's just I maybe wish they could. You know, I know the thing is kill 1, hold 1, makes sense, and then maybe change up a little bit of the secondary objectives or something. I don't know. So it's one of those things. But yeah, the only thing I do like about the ITC scenarios right now is I like how they make the objectives kind of static. So then there's not a lot of decision on where you're putting objectives. So you kind of know where they're going.
I wish they would add a couple more secondary missions.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm pretty happy with it.
Definitely. Yep.
I'm looking forward to it.
I do like that.
I'm bringing knights. This will be the first LVO where I bring something that's only like 8 models. I'm super stoked.
You have 8 models in your knight army?
4, 5, 6, 7, 7.
It's gonna be really messed up. Imagine if they drop it down to like 1750.
Oh, don't start that. People are going to freak out. Tomorrow it's going to be on all the different websites. LVO is going to 1750. FNP, they've got this inside scoop. Oh, man.
I mean, if someone actually takes that and runs with it, I'm going to be like, wow, someone listened.
Reese and Frankie are going to be giving us all a call tomorrow and be like, oh, God, here we go.
What did you guys start?
What did y'all start? You said 1750. I'll be like, yeah, that's what I heard. In my
chess clocks.
Oh, no.
2 detachments.
Oh, I saw a chess clock at our tournament this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, John Connolly.
Yep. He says it's hard to keep up with.
Well, I think the chess clocks are good. I think if you are playing a large horde army, or you're playing something with a lot of models, you need to do that for yourself, you know, because you don't want to take too much time away from your opponent. Like, I know with the army I'm thinking about bringing an LVO, I'm getting movement trays.
Oh.
Mine's going to be fast. I'm so excited. We're switching rules, TJ. Usually I bring too many models.
Yeah. But I play really quick, so I don't think about much anyways when I play. I'm not very tactful. That's how I want to play Khorne. Like, I'm going to play, if it's a large model count, I'm playing Khorne and like World Eaters, so I know what I'm doing. I'm running across the table and then I hit you. It's pretty simple. There's not much tactics involved. That's the way Alan likes to play, just simple and straight right through.
I wish I was the case. My Death Watch is the complete opposite of that.
I know you got to think when you play that army. It's horrible.
Tell you what.
I just want to scream "Blood for the Blood God" as I run across the table and just like when a unit hits you, I have my own moral victory because I'm like, I killed something. Blood for the Blood God, and I'm like, I win.
And it sounds so funny because it sounds like you're playing Ironjaw Orcs. Like that's like almost the exact same thing. Even the Orcs in 40K aren't Ironjaw Orcs. Like
Yeah.
You channel that positive energy on that table as you're playing, and I'm telling you, it works.
Yep.
Just have fun with it, and then you're gonna end up possibly winning just because of the energy.
Yep.
No, just be careful because at LVO, I think my second opponent was a World Eaters army,
Yeah.
and before the end of turn 2, he was down to a squad of cultists against me.
What did he do?
Everything wrong.
It's not what he did. I used my Strike from the Shadows with about 20 Hellblasters, and then I had 18 Inceptors behind them, and I just did a lot of overcharging and pretty much just took out a Brass Scorpion, a Spartan, 2 squads of Berserkers, and a what is that tank called? Predator tank.
I see why they took away turn 1 deep strike.
Yeah, but that was Strike from the Shadows, so that's still in play.
Yeah.
Oh.
The point is to get a small amount of drops.
Yeah.
You get the +1.
Yeah. So then Karn and a character proceeded to wipe out all of my Hellblasters and that turn.
Oh wow.
And, yeah. I mean, he just massacred those Hellblasters, which is fine. I took out the bigger threat, and then it was keep away with Karn, and there is super champion or exalted champion. With my Inceptors, just kept moving 18 inches away, shoot the heck out of them, back up again.
Yeah. I mean, mine's gonna have So I'm thinking so far is going to be 30 Bloodletters, 30 Cultists, and at least 4 Rhinos with at least 9 to 10 Berserkers inside.
It's the delivery system. You need to get them across the table. Then that's in your favor.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the old school Rhino rush. Move them, advance, pop smoke. Just be like, okay, I'm here, and then I got at least maybe an average about a 17-inch range around there that I can make a charge on. So, give me a big threat range, and then, of course, by turn 3, if they don't kill off all the cultists, I can bring them back. So, we can do it once now. So, it'll be interesting. It shall be interesting. That's me, I think.
The Echo is you?
Yeah, I think Echo's TJ. Echo. It went away. Yeah, it went away because he muted his mic. See, TJ's tricking us. All 14 of our viewers are TJ pulling up multiple videos.
Tyler's on here.
Dan is on there.
On here. There are people on here. There's not.
I know. I'm just kidding.
What time?
Yeah, I'll be taking a night to Vegas.
A night or all night?
A night.
Taking all the nights.
Well, since I'm doing the friendly, I don't want to like roll up with Magnus and a knight and like a whole bunch of Rubric Marines or something like that.
I mean, people will be like, "Oh, not scary. I've got my friendly list. I will smash you."
Yeah, this is my friendly list now.
Well, couldn't it all night already be friendly? Why not?
I mean, yeah, it could, but I don't want to do that. I've got a very specific theme in mind, so I want to stick to that.
It's okay, John. You know what you're going to fight? Some dude's going to walk up and he's going to be like, I've got 6 Devastator squads, all with las cannons.
Well, when I was looking at the requirements for it, I mean, it's supposed to be a friendly tournament, and you're judging on the units and the composition of their theme and everything. So,
Yeah.
I don't expect too many people to be over there walking up with 5 squads of devastators with blast cannons, or 5 or 6. Well, I guess you can't do the 5 flying hype tyrants anymore, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but to somebody, 5 devastator squads is friendly. Like, that's their perspective.
That is true. But I don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to that rule of 3.
Yeah, I do like the rule of 3.
Yeah, I think it really helped shape the game.
But wait, so it's the rules of 3, but couldn't you take 2 detachments with?
Nope. You can only have 3 of that data sheet in your whole entire army.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been out of 40K for a while. A little bit.
So it helps out a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
it deals with the spammy armies.
I mean, if you truly wanted, if they were to, I think maybe go 2 detachments, that may help out a little bit, and may change up a little bit of army composition. 2 detachments. What do you think, John? You think 2 detachments would help army composition a little bit?
Yeah, but this rule of 3 kind of helped clean up that whole needing to limit the number of detachments. So, I mean, that hurt a lot of the big spam players that were like, well, I want 5 or 6 flying hype tyrants, or the gentleman that was running 18 assassins at LVO.
Oh, yeah.
Mind you, he didn't do too well, especially against the Elysian drop, or that army had all this like 16 hellhounds or something like that. He did not end well. But I mean, I like the rule of 3 just because we don't see that BS spam anymore. It's actually a little bit more. You get a little bit more themed armies, something a little bit more practical, versus I'm just going to take one of the strongest things and hit copy as many times as possible and run that.
Copy.
Yeah, but you can bring like 12 Lima Russas still.
Yeah, you can still get around that. There's some ways to do that, but
I mean, but are the Lehman Russes really that broken that you're going to win the game with 12 Lehman Russes?
no. And it is hard to fit 12 Lehman Russes in 2,000 points. Be practical about it.
I think that's the key, is they're trying to limit. I mean, really, I think maybe 2 detachments would help a little bit more.
Yeah.
Or if there were 2 detachments, single codex.
Yeah, I think at this point, if they keep it the way it's at, but I say drop the points down to 1850, 1750.
Blasphemy.
I know, right? All right, that's like what, 1 night for you? Just get rid of 1 night. Yeah, I think dropping the points down. Other people are talking, well, we need to go ahead and add 30 minutes onto game time to make it reasonable. And I'm like, nah, people don't want to be playing 3-hour games. I mean, it's already a long haul playing a 3-game tournament. And if you're going to be playing 6 games, or if you're top 8, 9 games over 3 days, that's exhausting.
That's a lot of games, man. That's too many.
Yeah, I think dropping it down I like 1850. That's how it used to be, 1850, or at least the last few editions. Drop it down, and then, I mean, dropping it down to 1850 is going to speed up the game about 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Yep.
And that's really what you need. You need that extra 15, 20 minutes to get through your setup phase.
Yep. Because, I mean, really, sometimes, like when these games are getting to turn 3 or 2, you really need a little bit more,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, like, sometimes, usually by turn 3, you can kind of determine who's going to win it. But, games getting shorter than that sometimes you really can't determine who's really going to win the game,
Right.
Oh, what's he getting at his magic box in there?
Oh, just my bit boxes.
Yeah, Tyler said move the points up to 5K and play 3 games over 3 days. You know, we used to run when I was in North Carolina and Arizona. We ran an apocalypse tournament. It was a 2-day event. Friday, you would play 1 game at 3,000 points, and then the next day you played 2 games at 3,000 points. I think it was about it was a 4-hour window to play those games. That was what, 5th edition. So it can happen, but I don't know about a 5K game. That's a big and long game.
That's what she said.
I knew you were going to say.
Yay.
Yay.
So yeah, I got all my house I've been working on, my haunted house. I actually got to spray because I got a spray booth set up, and I got to spray lead belcher on all the frames of my knights. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
That's good, Jonathan.
I did things.
Yay. Hey, you're ahead of the game.
That's right.
Way far ahead of me, man. I haven't even started painting mine. I'm still collecting all the little bits and pieces I need.
Where are you gonna run your 1,000 Suns like?
Since I'm doing the friendly, I'm gonna run a couple squads of Rubric, obviously, and then I'm gonna run a bunch of Zangors, the enlightened Zangors, so they're flying around on the discs.
Yeah, those guys are nice.
Yeah, I thought that a really cool concept, and the conversions that I'm doing, or I intend to do for them, I think they're gonna look really sick. So then a knight and a bunch of or at least one sorcerer, and maybe a couple demon princes. I'm not sure. Now that I just read that it's 100 power level and it's not a regular point base, I've got to go through and kind of piece that together.
I think you'll do phenomenal, John.
Well, actually, I just calculated. I'm 2 points over.
What made you choose 1,000 Suns?
Well,
Walk like an Egyptian.
yeah. I don't know. They just looked like a cool army to do, and I don't necessarily like using psychic powers, and this one has a lot of psychic powers. And I figured I might as well, if I'm going to really go off the reservation here, I might as well just go get knee deep in it.
Go big or go home.
Pretty much, yeah. I figured I get tired of everybody else running around and casting smite all over the place, and they're like, well, if you get a librarian into your marine army, that'll help. And I'm like, one marine librarian is not gonna stop 5 or 6 smites coming from 1,000 Suns or Grey Knights or anything. So I figured, well, I might as well go ahead and try to make a little bit stronger army. So we'll see.
Even Grey Knights can't stop 5 or 6 smites.
No, but you aren't all the squads basically psychers, so they can deny the witch?
Yeah, but still, I mean, like I played a 1,000 Suns list at Warzone, and still, I mean, like with Magnus casting and everything, and the buffs they get, I still couldn't stop it all. I tried, but
yeah,
but no, it's one of those things. But yeah, I mean, it is fun to. When I do play my Grey Knights, it is a lot of fun to sit there and cast a whole bunch of psychic powers because I usually don't, It's like a total change in the way I usually play, so that does make it fun though, John. So you will enjoy that portion of it.
Well, plus the other thing is the theme that I had for the army that I was thinking about running, it works really well with 1,000 Suns. Works better. So I can weave the story to kind of fit the army.
That is very cool.
Yep. We'll see. Well, and plus I picked that up at Alamo. Atomic Hobbies had a booth set up at Alamo GP, and so I was like, I wanted to buy something, and that just helped fit my theme.
That's how I know what it was. Because he
I
bought it.
know.
And then later, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, cool, we bought the Codex, That was it.
Yeah.
All my thought was until he was like, I have a secret project. And I was like, what secret Oh, I get clicked.
Whoa.
I knew what it was.
You almost act like he's a Dark Age player. Dark Angels. I've got to see.
Yeah.
Don't we all have secrets?
It's gonna be. This is left field. I'm gonna kind of like move this conversation. I just had a funny thought: is Luther from the Dark Angels actually going to be the new Primaris Primarch?
Ooh, interesting. I don't know. You know what? I doubt it. Because he wasn't. He had all those guys that were not full Marines or legionaries back in the day, but they got enhanced. Mm-hmm. They didn't have all the implanted organs and everything. They had different. There was a different method, almost similar to what they did with the Adeptus Custos. Not quite at that level.
Yeah.
But especially if you read, was it Thousand Suns or the other one where you had that? They had that Space Wolf Skald that was they souped up. Gave him a whole bunch of like growth hormones and new implants and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
That's Prospero Burns, right?
Yeah, Prospero Burns. And that's kind of what they did with Luther, and there's a couple other different legions that had that. So he could, but I don't know.
I think it'd be a great twist because since he's gone, quote, 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 missing, and Russ is going to come back. I have a feeling the Primaris, it's either one or two things. The Primaris are the new Marines that they're trying to convert everybody to, or Luther's going to play his shenanigans and like, you all need to follow me. Everybody else is bad. And the Primaris is like, oh, yeah, we're not defaults. Luther's the real guy. He's not a default. He's like, I don't have any of that crap in me, Just something to think about.
I thought they had already caught Luther and he was actually in the rock.
What was it?
No,
he was gone.
He escaped in the Dark Angels Codex. He's no longer there in the rock.
Yep.
Ooh.
Which is the crazy part because you're like, okay, where did that dude go?
He went up. He had to go grab his seat. One of those fold-out chairs and get next to the lion that's still in the sarcophagus and sit next to him and go and like read him. Was it bedtime stories?
Yeah, they did say the lion's just kind of lying on a pad, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, he's awake.
The first insight of where the lion is, so he's waiting. We don't know what he's waiting for. He's waiting for something.
Well, what he's waiting for is for GW to get out the last codexes, and then next year when they start cranking out the new codexes with all the new models to replace all the old ones, like they said they were going to be doing, then all of a sudden Dark Angels will get their Primarch next year, I bet.
Ooh.
Okay, so after Fulgrim, because I have physically seen blurry snippets of Fulgrim, as the demon prince. What do you think? Who's the next bad guy? I mean, okay, Angron is a given. I mean, I want to say, but Angron is a given. After the 4 primary demon princes, who do you think would be next?
Perturabo or Logar, maybe. Logar. Yeah.
I can see them doing something crazy cool with Abaddon.
I've heard some massive rumors on Abaddon that they're working on.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see them kind of making Abaddon more or less a Gilliman type.
That would be interesting.
Because the rumors with Abaddon, they're taking a picture someone pointed this out, and which is pretty accurate. Like TJ, you know as well as I do, is history always repeats itself with GW. Is they found a picture in the Cadia Falls book, I think, of Abaddon. One of those books, I think it was that one. And it's a new picture, a new model. And everybody's thinking that model, that picture is going to be the new Abaddon model because it's more streamlined and it's a little bit bigger and it has a better pose and overall. And I looked at it and I'm like, that's usually that's what happens. You find that new art and that's what they base their new models off, that majority of the time.
That's very true.
Okay.
Abaddon is a new model. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Like Ragnar.
I guess I would explain why there hasn't been a new model.
They're waiting for it.
Ragnar's another one needs a new model. I was surprised that they waited so long to release Ragnar's new model, considering they just put Karn's out almost a year ago.
Ragnar's getting a new model?
What's that?
Karn got a new model. Ragnar needs one.
Yeah, Ragnar needs one.
Ragnar.
But I think what's going to happen is they're doing the Armageddon series, I believe, what I've been reading from some information I've been looking at, next. So you'll have the Primarch, hopefully Primarch or Prime Orc Gazgul, and you'll have hopefully a new Ragnar model with maybe even Rust, hopefully, quote unquote. And then, Abaddon's a big part of Armageddon. So hopefully that's what they're kind of like. It might be like a little three-way story arc.
Well, actually, if you think about it, look at all the different new models that came out. They always came out in threes when you had like Gilliaman, Cypher, and it was at Voldor, I think it came out.
Oh, yeah. Good box set, too. Besides the Gilliaman model.
So you totally have a Russ, Abaddon, Gazgul.
Yep.
That'd be kind of cool.
Or they do 3 new boxes where it's like Gazgul and like 2 enemies or whatever, bad guys in that box set, and then you have Rust, Ragnar, and somebody else in that box set, and then you have like Abaddon and I don't know, maybe a new Cypher. No, they did the Cypher model. Like, I don't know, some other new characters in that box set.
Or maybe a Fabius Bile
Yeah, there you go. Hands down, that's the one. That's what I was thinking.
Fabius needs a new model too.
Yep.
Yep, that could work. Definitely Fabius.
What's the oldest model still sculpted? Is that World Leaders or whatever, Berserkers?
The Chaos Space Marine or the Orc.
Orc boys are pretty old as well.
Yeah.
Well, the trucks are extremely old. I mean, not the trucks, but the bikes are old.
No, not the bikes. The buggies. The buggies are old.
The little buggies.
That's
Oh yeah, the buggies are the original buggies.
Yep. They haven't changed that. No. It's kind of exciting for 40K coming up. I can't wait to see what they do with 40K, with the story and models and who, what, and how, what's going on,
Yeah, that's what I do like about 40K, I think, is the advancing storyline finally.
I know it took them, 8 editions? Well, okay, sorry, 7. Because the end of 7th, they really moved. They put a lot of filler in. They moved it at the end, but they put a lot of explanation in the middle.
Yep.
And there's only been one army that I've read consistently codexes where they progressed every edition, and that's the Necrons.
Mm-hmm.
And when they write the Necron Codex, it actually is like the progression of, when we first came out, we had to worry about phase out because we had no lords. And they're like, we only have like 1 lord. And then they keep progressing it. And so it's been really, I think Tyranids started to progress after 5th or 6th. So it's really cool seeing some armies finally getting new story and progressing in every book, not regurgitation.
Well, I think they need to advance the storyline just to, 1, inject new models into the model line, and 2, in order to really capture, they change editions, you got to bring in those new people. So, and most people that relate to Games Workshop products or 40K, they remember like the Dawn of War, the Space Marine video games. Most of these guys new players we're getting are players from video games like that. So they have to do something to inject some new into it. So even us older players that have been playing since, like John, Rogue Trader, me at the end of Rogue Trader, Chris, sounds like you've been in there for about, what, 20 years?
But second edition.
Second edition, yeah. So,
Or like 5th edition, you know.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
so we get excited and we read all this new story. And so, of course, we're talking about it. And these kids walk in because they're like, Mommy and Daddy, I saw the video game. I really want to go check it out. And here we're getting excited about it. So now we're talking about it. So then it kind of gets those guys in there. So it's a smart move. And that's the reason why their profits doubled. You know, the report that just came out. I mean, they're smart by doing the board games because people are playing more board games than they are necessarily playing tabletop games. But then they release rules for the board game. That's what they did with Necromunda. They released Necromunda as a board game. Then they released a Gang War supplement. So people like myself and Ski and John that remember Necromunda of old, we have all our rules right there. And we now, you know, take us back to our childhood. And then they pull new people in with the board game. So all these board games, that's all it's doing. It's just basically building up for GW to make sales. And then ultimately they'll, you know, they get us older veterans that have been playing for a long time reinvigorated in the game.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that's what kill teams are meant to do as well. Because I mean, it starts. We had somebody at the shop. One of their friends brought him in for kill team, so he came, went, bought a little box for kill team, sat down, started building stuff, and he's like, "Hey, I want some of these guys." And then he went and bought a get started.
Oh, I think I remember. Was that Friday? Was
Yeah.
it Friday? Yep.
Yeah, and he went and bought a get started, and he started that, and I was like, "Well, there you go. There's almost like 600 or 700 points because he bought the other box of stuff. He can play a small game. It's kind of like the get started drug of kill team.
It's really a gateway game.
Yeah, it's the gateway drug to get you in there.
Well, I think on top of that, you know, GW's done a smart thing with the start collecting box sets.
Oh yeah,
They're actually value. They don't, for the longest time, they would put all these really awesome stuff. I remember buying way back when the chapter box. I don't know, John, you might remember this way back when. And Ski, you might remember too.
Battalion?
Had like a Land Raider, the Predator, a couple Rhinos.
It was like the Mega Force.
Yes, the
box.
Mega Force. I was the sucker that bought that, but there was no deal on that. There was no discount when you bought that. I could have bought all those same models individually, and it came out to the exact same price.
Yep.
yeah.
Start collecting boxes actually have value, actually saving money.
Most of the boxes all have value now. A lot of value in it too, because I remember the same thing. I didn't get it when I first got in the hobby. The only deal you got, if I remember, was a Battle Force. Remember the $100 boxes that came with like a starter army, pretty much.
Oh, like the Dark Eldar and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and like that's why I bought a Chaos one. I think it had like a Rhino, some bikes. It had a bunch of good like Berserkers. It had just like there's a hodgepodge, obviously, of everything, but there's a lot of everything, and I thought it was really cool. And but then I started looking at the other sets. I guess with that one CEO they had that they fired, it ended up being where every special set was the same price because it was online, right? So you can just price it out. You're like, wait, okay, this. Wow, that calculates to the exact amount of what it was if I bought it single. They just made it convenient for me to buy it. Like, that don't even make sense.
Well, they still do that now. They have the bundles up on their webpage. It's just one-click bundles, just making it easier for you to shop. It's just the in-store ones, like the Start Collecting, that's where you get the good savings. I remember back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, they actually, I've got a friend now that he bought, they had a deal where you could buy a full chapter. Those old school RTB 01 models, the original Land Raiders, Razorbacks, and Land Speeders, and he bought an entire chapter, and he still has that. Everything is still in a box.
Wow, so that's amazing.
Yeah, he still has the mail order troll boxes. These big white boxes, got a troll on the front, Games Workshop. everything is still new inside that box and just sitting in his house. And I had gone over and I'm like, what is this treasure? And I'm like, oh my God, like, can I have this? No, I'm just collecting. Oh God, those old Land Raiders, I'd kill to put those on the table.
God, they're so. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those old Land Raiders are nice, man. Their problem is you find them online or whatever, you're going to be paying a premium for them, and they're probably missing pieces. And
These were all new unscrewed.
yeah, 5 layers of paint and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I actually found one that was new in the box and it was like $200
Oh,
I believe.
on eBay, and I was like, "Yep, never mind."
yeah, not worth that.
Because I was trying to get it for my World Eaters army, you know. I was like, "Oh, it'd be cool to have an old Land Raider." I was like, "Never mind, forget that." Good thought.
Here is, I'm just happening to go on eBay right now. Warhammer 40K OOP Vintage Land Raider Unpainted Assembled GW Space Marine Ultra. $799.
Dang.
Here is one in the box, new on sprue, $1,000.
Dang.
I think at that point it's a collector's item. I mean,
Yeah.
we at the shop we have a Black Reach for $250 because on eBay it goes for $300 new. We have it new for $250, but it's because it's a collector's item. It's all brand new on the sprue. Everything's there. I mean, everything's still in the plastic. So at that point, you're like, I just want this for nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's just like Black Reach is, like the collector's thing. I'm like, Black Reach isn't that old. But then I stop and think about, like, man, I'm getting old because that is pretty old.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm old now.
I mean, when someone says, "Oh man, I still got that Chaos Mega Box Force with the metal Warpsmith, the 3 metal Obliterators, the metal Raptors, the metal limited edition Abaddon, and the Rhino and the Razor and the the Predator." That's old. That's really old.
Oh yeah, I still got some of those old metal Noise Marines that ones actually like they're playing guitars.
Yep.
Still in the blister.
I've got in my my pantry, that is my miniature cabinet or closet. I've got the original Rhino with the metal Razorback upgrade kit just sitting there waiting.
In my display case, I've got the old Razorback with the metal top, and the back hatch was metal, and the turrets were metal, and I have it all painted up, and it just sits in my little display case. Like, I'll never use it.
That's why I'll never buy those Land Raiders at $700 to $1,000 because I would want to put them together and use them.
You know what's funny? In my Obsidian Knights, my old Space Marine chapter, I still have the 3rd edition Rhino, the old Rhino, and it's got the metal doors on there for extra armor.
Yeah.
I still play it. And I'm just like, yeah. I kind of wish I kept some of my metal dreadnoughts, but I got rid of all of them.
I still have
You guys remember, I think it was in 4th or 5th edition, they released those VDR rules.
Oh, yep. I have the book. It's in chapter approved.
Chapter approved, yeah. So I actually made a 2 close combat weapon dreadnought for Chaos with using the old out of print Juggernaut head, the dog head.
Oh, yeah.
I made that on so it's a pewter dreadnought with a pewter head, and then I took the pewter claws from the Space Wolf dreadnought and then put those on there, and then put some chaos spikes and stuff like that on there.
So I got to share this because you remember the deodorant speeder?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I've never seen it in person. I heard about it.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can get a good picture of this.
Yeah, get a picture of that. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, the deodorant stick.
Deodorant stick, create your own vehicle, chapter approved book.
Well, I remember when you could, like, I never got to play, but I remember hearing about you guys used to be able to build stuff and you could piece whatever you added, and it added the points for you to create your own like vehicle. Eventually,
That came later, but yeah, there was a vehicle design rules.
Yep, VDR.
Oh, it's right there.
Yep.
Oh, it is in a chapter approved. Okay.
Yep, that's what I was just talking about. That's how I built because they didn't have dreadnoughts with 2 close combat weapons. And then when I played World Eaters back when this chapter approved came out, I built one. He was expensive. I mean, the stupid thing was like 300 points or something like that. But man, between that and World Eaters back in the day, oh man, that's all you needed.
that's great.
Memories. You know what's cool about this book too is I think this is the original. I think this is this is it. This is the original book where your Sisters of Battle and your Necron armies were in this book only.
Yep. If it wasn't the fact half my house is packed up, I actually have that exact same book because of that exact reason.
Yep. And I think what else they had? Oh, they had Schaefer's Last Chancers in here. Yep. They had freaking let's see if I remember right. I think Legion of Dan was in here.
Yep.
I think the first kill team was in there. Or is that? It might have been 2002.
Man, I wish my stuff wasn't all packed up now.
Death Company's in here. Imperial Guard Armored Company. How to do it is in here. Some Q&As. Some other rules for night fighting. Chaos.
I want to say that came out shortly after, or maybe even a little bit before the Armageddon book.
Yes. And what's cool about this book is I got it signed by freaking Andy Chambers at Adepticon when I went.
Nice.
He was there hanging out, and I mean, you pick any book from 3rd edition, he's the one that dabbled in one of them. So
that is very true.
But yeah, amazing book. This is the true, in my opinion, this is a true chapters approved book. But that's just old school. Oh, what is that? Was that the demon?
All right, guys, it is that time where it's getting super duper late, and I don't know how our show's grown from an hour show to like a 2-hour show. But it is getting late, fellas. Everybody is winding down, and everyone's halfway in the screen. TJ's modeling. Alan is doing something.
Sorry, I was reading.
So, as always, thank you so much to our Patreon supporters. Because of you guys, we're able to actually set up our studio to a somewhat operational point. We're going to hopefully be able to afford some lapel mics in the future. Will definitely help a lot. And you guys should check out a lot of the stuff. We're going to be just having some live shows that are filmed in there, and a lot of cool stuff for sure. So we're also the Age of Sigmar escalation coming up. Ski's going to be in charge of a lot of the BatRev stuff. And Ski, you want to go ahead and I'll click on you there, buddy. So you can you want to announce? Did you choose a day?
I haven't. Nothing's final yet because I'm still working on details. But once I figure out support from Jonathan, some of these guys have done this a little bit. I'm gonna do a Age of Sigmar, kind of like a sit-down talk / paint, go over units, talk, interact with things about Age of Sigmar, answer questions if I can, talk about units, go over certain units, like maybe some combos, what you're seeing, what you want to see, just more of like a friendly, like chill Age of Sigmar type of deal.
Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar. And see, that's the best part is when people can laugh about it. It's like that. You know what? That's what it's about. It's about enjoyment. It's like, man, I'm gonna go watch some Age of Sigmar, and everybody's gonna start laughing and be like, yeah, but you're really gonna do it.
Dude, everyone. If you go to LVO and you start getting the hits, everyone's gonna be calling you Skimar at the Hey, Sigmar! All right, guys. Again, thank you so much. And that was Ski's announcement. So hopefully that will be coming soon. And everyone have a good night. Thank you, guys.
Good
Hi,
one.
guys.
Thank you.
All right.